Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack a force that has, well, completely rewired our world: e-commerce. It's that silent engine humming behind pretty much everything from your morning coffee order to that, late night impulse buy.
I mean, it seems so simple, doesn't it? You see something you love, you click a single button, and poof, a few days later, a package just shows up on your doorstep. It seriously feels like magic. But what's really going on behind that one little click? Let's pull back the curtain on the system that quietly and completely reshaped the entire globe. So, to really get a handle on its massive impact, we've got to start with the basics. What exactly is e-commerce when you strip it all down? At its absolute heart, it's just buying and selling stuff over an electronic network. Now, that network, believe it or not, it used to mean things like fax machines. But today, come on, it's all about one thing: the internet. That's the engine, the power source, driving our entire digital marketplace. But how did this thing take over so completely? I mean, it's way more than just being convenient. E-commerce has a few secret weapons, these unique features that gave it an almost unfair advantage over traditional business. Let's break them down. First up, it's everywhere. Think about it. A traditional marketplace is a physical store, right? It has opening hours, it has a location. E-commerce creates what we call a market space. It lives on your phone, on your laptop, whether you're at home or on a bus, or up at 3 a.m. It literally never closes. And that market space, it's not just local, it's totally global. A small artisan, say in a tiny village somewhere, can now sell their creations directly to a customer in New York City. The potential customer base just explodes, jumping from maybe a few hundred people to literally billions. E-commerce also has this incredible memory. It learns what you like, it tracks your clicks, and it tailors the entire store just for you. Suddenly, you're not just some random customer walking in. You're getting a personalized experience that a regular brick-and-mortar shop could only dream of providing. So when you put all that together, the shift is just dramatic. We went from physical, local, and one-size-fits-all to digital, global, and completely personalized. This wasn't just a small improvement. It was a total revolution in how we do business. Okay, so we know why it's so powerful. But how does it all work? That magic click we talked about? Well, it kicks off this complex and honestly fascinating chain reaction behind the scenes. From your end, it looks something like this. First, the site makes sure you're really you. That's authentication. Then, it personalizes your whole experience. Once you're ready to buy, it processes your payment, nice and secure. And finally, boom, it sends a signal to a warehouse somewhere and starts sending you those super satisfying "your order has shipped" updates. But here's the thing. None of this works without trust. I mean, you're not going to type in your credit card details if you don't think they're safe, right? That's where encryption comes in. It's like a digital shield that just scrambles all your data, making it completely unreadable to anyone else. This security, it's not just some extra feature, it's the absolute foundation of all e-commerce. Now, we usually think of e-commerce as just, big stores selling stuff to us. But the landscape is so much more interesting than that. The real revolution is in all the different kinds of connections it makes possible. It pretty much boils down to three main types. You've got a business to consumer, or B2C, think Amazon. Then there's business to business, B2B, which is where huge companies sell to each other. And then you have consumer to consumer, or C2C, which lets anyone, you, me, anyone, become a seller on platforms like eBay. So what's the big picture here? After all that, what should we really take away from this? Let's boil it all down. If you remember anything, remember these three things. 1, e-commerce totally erased the old boundaries of geography and time. 2, it's built on these twin pillars of personalization and rock-solid security. And 3, it created a whole new world of connections, letting businesses and even just regular people trade with anyone, anywhere on the planet. Which, of course, brings us to the future. E-commerce has already changed everything, but it is not done. Not by a long shot. With tech like AI and augmented reality just around the corner, our digital and physical shopping worlds are about to merge in ways we can barely even imagine. So the question isn't just what is e-commerce anymore, it's what is it about to become? What do you think is next?